In this tutorial, we'll learn how to create shapes using SwiftUI and Core Graphics. Together, we'll build an interactive shape matching game that detects when two shapes are the same. This is the app that we will build. For example, if I move a triangle to the destination triangle that includes drop here, as you can see, the shapes are the same, and because the shapes are the same, the score is incremented by 1. So if I do it again, the score is incremented by 2, and it also generates a new shape onto the screen. So if I move a shape that isn't the same, for example, the star cannot be moved into the hexagon, it will show a message, shape does not fit. But if I move a hexagon into the hexagon, a point will be incremented. And this is the game we'll create. In this tutorial, we will create the star shape and the shape type enum. The purpose of the shape type enum is to return the correct shape. Create a new Swift file. Name the file star. And then import the following. Import SwiftUI. So something's happened with the recording. Import Core Graphics. And then type struct star shape. Next thing we need to do is to implement the functions in our protocol. Let center equals CG point. We use the X overload for CG point. Ret dot mid X. Ret dot mid Y. On line 15, the purpose of that line is to calculate the center point of the rectangle, which will be the center of the star. Next thing we need to do is to define the number of outer points or tips for the star. So we need to create a variable or constant called point. Let outer radius equals min ret dot width ret dot height divided by 2. That will calculate the outer radius of the star, which is half of the minimum dimension of the rectangle. Let inner radius equals outer radius times by 0.5. So line 21, the purpose of that line is to calculate the inner radius of the star, which is half the outer radius. Let angle increment equals dot pi times by 2 divided by double points. And that line calculates the angle increment between each outer point of the star. The next thing we need to do is to initialize our path object and create a new instance of it. And now we need to loop through each point of the star for I in 0 dot dot less than points. Let angle equals angle increment times by double. I minus dot pi divided by 2. And what that does, it calculates the angle for the current outer points. Let outer point equals CG point. We use the XY overload. Center dot X plus cos angle times outer radius and for the Y parameter that should be center dot Y plus sin angle times outer radius. The purpose of line 32 is to calculate the position of the current outer point. Let inner angle equals angle plus angle increment divided by 2 and that calculates the angle for the corresponding inner point of the star. let inner point no, that one's incorrect. Let's inner point I'll just copy the one that's similar on line 32. So that should be let inner point equals CG point x center dot x plus cos. This should be inner angle times inner radius and for the y parameter that should be sin inner angle multiplied by inner radius. And on line 17 that should be points and S is needed. And on line 34 that should be a lowercase a for angle. If I equals 0, so if it is the first point, then move to the outer point, then path dot move outer point, and then we need to add the line to the outer point. I mean pass the outer point to the add line method. And we need to do something similar for the inner point as well. Path dot add line to inner point. Next thing we need to do to complete our shape, we need to close our path. Path dot close subpath, and then return our path, our shape, to the falling routine. Now let's compile it. The next thing we need to do is to create a new Swift file, and this will be for our enum. Name the file shape type. Import SwiftUI, enum, shape type, string, paste, so the purpose of this case is to enable the correct shape to be selected, and using this enum we're able to loop through each case statement. That's why we're using the keyword case iterable, so that we can loop through it. Now we don't need a type alias. Case circle so that represents a circle shape. Case rectangle, case triangle, case star, case pentagon, case hexagon, and case diamond. In next week's tutorial, we will add 2 more structs and then get ready to implement our view model. And that's for next week. Thank you for joining us. If you found this tutorial helpful, please comment, like and subscribe. See you next week.